Howdy, have a seat. Let's talk a little more. Here I'm comparing my old Variant 1 Crossman 160 pellet gun 22 to the 2013 Umarex Fusion 177 cal. Fusion with the suppressor is about 2.5 inches longer. And here are the tools of my trade. There's a few other ones I use depending on what I'm working on, taking apart or whatever. Plus seal picks and long-handled wipes and brushes. And here the Umarex Airgun cleaning kit also has 6 little tools that fit in that handle. And this is the cap that comes with the Fusion for the gas tube. What a piece of junk. That thumb screw there makes the thing leaky. So I'm replacing it with this from Archer Air Guns. It's a direct replacement. Works like the 160 and 180 series ones and won't leak anymore because it's got the upgraded seal material and everything. About 33 bucks. And here's the screw in the forestock. You got to remove that one. And there's 3 screws on the trigger you have to remove. Once you remove the rear screw, this comes out with it. That's what holds the back of the trigger housing down. And then under that, if you look at the back of the trigger guard here where that screw's laying sideways, that's in that little hole in the tab there. Yeah, that's the 3rd screw you got to take out. You got to take all that apart to get that whole trigger assembly out. Even the suppressor has a set screw in it. And each set screw in this thing's a different size. And again, that forestock screw won't come out. It's pretty snug in there, so I just left it. And here I am taking that bit out of the hold down for the rear trigger guard. And again, that's what it looks like, screw and all. And here I am working on getting it out. This thing is a clearer picture. Yeah, these things, it's like a Ferrari. It's over-engineered, but you can see the return spring there for the trigger. Here's the stock and the action apart finally. That barrel of action fits in there really tight, so you'll think there's a screw stuck in there, but there ain't. It's just tight. And here you can see the inside of the stock. Fairly typical, even with Winchesters, they look a lot like that. You see where the barrel band fits down in there. And it just slides forward on the barrel and gas tube. It stays connected to the barrel but slides off the gas tube, so you can remove that. I'm going to take it off the barrel. You got to pull that set screw on it and pull the suppressor. And here's 3 screws here. One is just in front of the tang on the left there. You have to take out the bottom of the receiver to be able to remove the receiver, that is. And there's 3 different size set screws on the top of the receiver. Who is the dipstick that thought of that? I'd like to strangle him. That is the dumbest thing I ever saw. I pulled the big one out. I just can't find 2 smaller Allen wrenches to get those other 2. Here's the biggest of the 3 set screws on the top of the receiver with the corresponding wrench. And there's a shard that fell out when I finally got the barreled action off that you heard rattling around in the last video. It's got ridges on it, and it like it peeled off from around something. So we'll have to keep an eye out for a damaged part. And Ziploc bags for the various parts and screws and stuff, so I don't lose anything. And I'll send the owner back the parts in these bags. And I don't know why they use 2 different size set screws on the top of this receiver housing here. But not to worry, my sons went to help us rate this out and got this set of Pittsburgh Allen wrenches for me. Metric. And these set screws hold the barrel and all that in. And left to right here is 2 and 2.5 millimeters to be exact. And you have to get those loose to unscrew the barrel, even though it should just pull out. 4 stock screw here had blue Loctite on it, even though all it did was hold it into the stock. It wasn't low enough to hold it into the And here's all the parts of the bolt slide, the bolt, hammer with the cocking piston has the tang on it, and all the related parts for that, and the spacer comes out on this one. And the brass shows you the valve assembly, which I need a long handled Allen wrench to get to. And then the removed barrel. So Lord willing, the creeks don't rise. We'll see you again.